Hello friends, my name is Manpreet Kaur and in this video I will show you the detailed process of putting up application for nursing registration in Australia using the AGOS 40 form. Well, to start with, I'll tell you that all the medical departments in Australia come under APRA, that is the Australian Health Practitioners Regulation Agency, and this is their website. Under this count 14 different departments, and Nursing and Midwifery Board is one of them. And that's the board that we are concerned with. If you go to their website, that is Nursing and Midwifery Board Australia website, you will see the column of registrations and endorsements. Click on that, and that's where the information treasure lies for us. From there, you will see different forms to apply for registration that will be based on your different circumstances, like in which country you are, what kind of registration do you have already. You just simply have, if you simply hold a nursing and midwifery registration in any of the countries listed there, and you want to apply for nursing registration in Australia with APRA, then the right form to choose for you will be AGOS 40 form. That is AGOS 40. Yep. Click and download it in your system, and you'll have to fill it offline. And the latest one is effective from 6th of September 2017. I advise you, let me show you first what does it look like. Yep, here's the form. So this is AGOS 40 form, the application for general registration for internationally qualified nurses and midwives. I advise you to go through the instructions very carefully and read it till end before you start filling it. You'll have to take a print of it and fill it offline. Now in this video, we will quickly go through from question to question on different pages. Let's start with the application criteria. At first, you will have to select that which kind of registration are you applying for. So here we will cross nursing, the registered nurse. The second question is about your name. So select the salutation, put your family name, given name and middle name. Remember, put your name exactly as it is in the passport. Otherwise, you're going to have to do additional explanations and give affidavits and everything. If you have changed your name earlier and it's different on your certificates or on your passport, or you want to go with a different name here, then I would suggest you to read more information about it in this column here, change of name, in the information and definitions section of this form. All right. Let's go to second page, and it asks for your birth and personal details. So fill in your date of birth, the country of birth, and your town of birth. It's all on your passport. If your birth was within Australia, then you got to select a particular state and city, then your gender, and the languages spoken. This is all simple up to this level. Here comes a tricky part, that is the proof of identity. We'll have to produce a proof from each category, that is A, B, and C, and we can use one document only once. So based on your circumstances, just go through it carefully and select anyone. Just mark a cross in here wherever you see that is the appropriate one for you. So you might be having an overseas passport with current Australian visa, and you can use that current Australian visa in the C. Otherwise, the most common ones are international driver license here for category B, or your board registration certificate. All right. If you want more detailed information on this, go to this link here, www.apra.gov.au/identity. Here you will be given all the detailed information, like what can be used in what category. All right, let's go to the next one. The next question asks for your contact information. So, what are your contact details? Just give your mobile number, your after hours or business hours number, your correct email address, write up your residential address, write it in all like in full detail. Don't just put a street name or just the town name. Write it in full detail with your GPO box or anything. And yep, in this question, is the address of your principal place of practice the same as your residential address? You will select no, and you will give your any, like, it can be any state where you intend to work in Australia. We always have some plans, like you can say that my brother or sister or my family lives in Perth and I want to go there, or they live in Melbourne. So you do not need to give all the detailed address here. Just putting up the name of the suburb, the state, and postcode can do the thing. Next comes very simple one. Is your what is your mailing address? If it is same as any of them, just mark it up. Otherwise, put up a new address. And now about the qualifications for the profession. So here you're being asked that have you recently completed an MBA approved bridging program? If you have completed it, then of course you're using the wrong form. Then the right one is AGBP 40, that is written up here. After doing the bridging program, you will have to use AGBP 40 form. Otherwise, mark up no here. Oh, I can select it. I didn't know that. Sorry. So, what are the details of your qualifications and examinations or assessments? Here you will have to tell them that what study have you done until now that makes you eligible to get registration in Australia. So you will write up your title of qualification. That is, for example, in my case, it was a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Name of your institution from where you have done, the location of the campus, the country, start and completion date, and what is it applicable to. In my case, it was nursing and midwifery both. No, it doesn't. So wherever you see this pin sign, you have to attach the certified copies of of uh, of the particular thing that you are mentioning here. For example, in this question, these are your academic qualifications and examinations, or your assessments. So you will attach all the report forms of your degree. For example, if it's of 3 years or 4 years, we get a report form at the that is a detailed marks card at the end of every year after examination result. So you have to attach that, your degree certificate, your also attach your 10th metric and higher or secondary education certificates along with it. If you have done any additional qualification, if you have done any postgraduate graduation course as well in nursing or any related course, just fill up all the details here and attach a certified copy of the same. All right, next we go to your registration history. So they ask, how have you previously held registration as a nurse or midwife in Australia? Of course, no, that's what we want. What is your health practitioner registration history? Here you will have to fill up the details of that particular council that you are registered with. For example, in my case, it was Punjab Nurses Registration Council, that is PNRC, and you have to put up your date of registration and until when it is valid. If it is valid up to lifetime, just try and fit lifetime in words here, or give the exact date. And here this sign shows Then, if you have been registered outside Australia, you must arrange for original certificates of good standing or certificates of registration status to be forwarded directly from the registration authority to APRA. Okay. Um, so you will before sending this form to APRA, you will be putting up an application to that very council that you are registered with. You will be asking them to send a certificate of good standing to APRA directly. Okay. It doesn't have to be come from. It doesn't have to go from your side to APRA. They don't accept it that way. So send it directly from your registration authority. You can. I'll try to put up the link where you can actually find those forms. In which format it has to be sent to APRA. Next comes your work history. So here you will have to give a statement of service from all of your employers from the past 5 years. So whosoever employment agency or hospital or nursing home you have worked with, for all your related practice history, you will have to get a statement of service in which it must be mentioned that your designation must be mentioned. For example, you can state it as that Mr. or Miss ABC has been working with us as a full-time or part-time or casual or permanent registered nurse or enrolled nurse or what? I don't know. Okay, as a registered nurse from this and this state, and she was most of the time posted in this and this area. Her job responsibilities were this and this, uh, and just about a line or two of appreciation, of course. Yeah, and the next thing that is to be attached here in support of your work history is your signed and dated CV. It has to go in original form. So, and yep, there is a particular format to make CV for APRA. You don't have to describe every detail of your lifetime so far. So, I'll try to put up the link for that as well. All right. Next is they gonna know that are we suitable for that for the registration there. So here is all about your criminal history if you have any. This is not a good thing. Do you have any criminal history in Australia? Nope. Do you have any criminal history in one or more other countries other than Australia? If no, you are spared. If yes, you're gonna have to give all the details, and you'll have to undergo checks from ICHC, that is International Criminal History Check, from the approved vendor, and the approved vendor for them is Fit to Work. Yep. So you'll have to undergo the checks from them and attach all the reference numbers and the pages here along with your form. If that's a no, then you're spared and jump on to next question. So are there any countries other than Australia in which you have lived or been primarily based for 6 consecutive months or longer when aged 18 years or more? So of course a yes. As in my case, it was India. I hadn't lived in any other country else than that. Oh, for this check we apply to ICHC. That is a totally separate process that you'll have to do alongside it. This process takes just at the max a week or minimum 2 to 3 business days, and the fee for this is around 165 Australian dollars. You'll have to upload some form on a particular website, and they will go through all the checks related to your criminal history, and you'll get at the end you will get a check reference number in mail. You will attach that PDF, that the printed copy of that PDF along with your form. However, APRA is going to directly contact ICHC and check your criminal history. All right. I hope I haven't missed anything. 16. and 17. Yeah. Okay. From 17 question onwards, it is asking us about our English language competencies. So whichever pathway you have chosen here from, I won't go into details of these pathways because most of us are going to choose the English language test pathway. So mark mark here and go to question number 18. In 18, it asks that was it obtained in one sitting or two sittings? So mark it up, put up sitting dates. If there are two, put up two sitting dates. Mark it up whichever test you had taken and give your report form number. If two, then from both the sittings, here and here. Same for PTE. And yep, this pin shows that you'll have to attach a certified copy of your test result along with your forms. If you have undertaken the Pearson test of English, the academic module, then you have to select AHPRA from the send reports column in your Pearson account. Otherwise, APRA will not be able to see your PT results online, and later on you're gonna get a mail from them, and that will delay your process. So do it first-handed. Sorry. After that, we go to question number 20. So they're asking that was it obtained in past 2 years? Yes. Otherwise, it's not applicable anymore unless you have underwent this and this thing. And in question number 21, you're being asked that do you commit to having appropriate professional indemnity insurance arrangements in place for all practice undertaken during the registration period? For sure, you'll have to select yes here because no profession is practiced without insurance in Australia. And these things can be sorted out later. Nothing is to be done for now. So just select yes here. Did you graduate more than 2 years ago? Yes or no, depending on your situation. Which of the following have you completed? Choose appropriate option. What is that? Oh, let me have a look. What was it? Question number 23. So, okay, yeah, you'll select first option that you have been practicing the profession within last 5 years. If there was a gap between your study and your practice was a gap of 5 years or more, then you might have to follow a different pathway. All right, the next question is simple, asking about any impairments. So select yes or no according to your situation. Then they're asking that are you disqualified from application for registration or being registered in any of the profession in Australia? Well, it should be no. Yep, no for sure. Have you been or are you currently subject of conduct or performance, this and that? No. No for this. Do you hold or have you held a previous registration in the profession overseas? Yep, we do. Is your registration in any profession currently suspended? Well, in good cases it will be no, otherwise no comments. Have you previously had your registration cancelled in Australia? No. Has your registration ever been subject to conditions? Hopefully no for you guys. And that's all. So in the end, you nicely and neatly put up your signatures here. Write up your name in block letters and the date of signature. On the next page, you see the payment details. So in total, you're submitting 520 according to this form, which is an older one. I don't know what's the fees now. So yep, if your application for registration is being returned without registration, then you're gonna get these $150 refunded to your account. So choose any one of these payment methods. Is it a master? If you're using the Visa or MasterCard or credit or debit card, then put up all the details, just fill up these columns, get the card holder signatures here and send it with your form. If you're using a check, money order, or a bank draft, then make it payable to the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, and at the back, do not forget to write your full name, your date of birth. Well, we don't have any APRA registration number now, so maybe you can put whatever council you're registered with. Uh, just put up that number at the back of your check or your DD. All right, and on the next page, the last one, we have the checklist. So whatever we are attaching with our form, just cross them out here. If you are putting up any evidence for change of your name, you gotta cross the columns. So in cases like mine, we'll see certified copies of all documents that provide sufficient evidence of your identity. So yes, academic qualifications, any additional certificates, COGS from your registration council, no additional history, the statement of service, yes, which we call the experience letter, the signed and dated CV, written statement, a separate sheet of additional overseas with criminal history and corresponding. Yep, we are sending the fit to work certificate for this, signed and dated. Yep, this is the fit to work thing. I don't know, it's not getting selected, but yeah, you put a mark here. A separate sheet for this, no separate sheets. So English language test pathway, we are sending a copy of our report form. Evidence of continuous employment, no, we don't need it. So any details or certifications regarding your impairment, your disqualification, misconduct, your suspension or cancellation, or any undertakings. If no, then leave them out and select all of these. So you are paying the application fees. Sorry guys. The overseas assessment fees, registration fees, and if paying by check, money draft. Yep, I hope you have that written at the back of your check. Select it, damn it. So yep, that is all. It's a 14-page form. Fill it up all. Do not staple the form. Just hold it up together with using a paper pin, and put the form at the first, and then in this particular order only attach all your certifications and additional attachments with it. If you're using a check or money order or a bank draft, just put it at the front, clip them all together, put in the envelope, secure it properly, write the address, post it to this address, APRA, write it in full, GPO box 9958, and whichever city or state you want to send it to, and send on the envelope, write the sender's address legibly and in detail, and you put up your phone number for sure. I guess that covers up all for now. If you have any other queries, just let me know in the comments below. I will try to make better videos in future so that you can have the benefits from them. And I'll be adding all the links in the like below the video. I don't know what it's called as. All right, thanks for watching.